Hey everyone, Irit here with another playtime in my art journal. So I just decided to edit these kind of just, the way it really is when I'm actually sitting down to play in my art journal. So you saw a few sneak peeks into my journal. I will definitely share it with you when it's closer to completion. I just kind of, when I sit down, I just look through it and see what grabs me. And this time I was kind of in the mood to use up some of my rub-ons, and I was playing with the March hip kits, and we got some rub-ons there, and that reminded me that I have tons in my stash, and rub-ons is really one of those products that has a short shelf life, and you really want to use it, as soon as possible. I think most of the ones that I had in my stash I had to throw away or find some sort of solution to use them, and you'll see what I did. If you don't want to waste them, but many of them, especially the American Crafts ones, they just didn't work anymore. I've had them for years, but yeah, the other brands, this one with feathers is from, what's her name? I want to say Jenny Bolin, but I don't know if that's right. Anyway, those are really old, those feathers, but they work perfectly. I think those are some of the best. She has some of the best rub-ons. And I also have some, I don't know, like really weird rub-ons that I don't even know where I got. I think I found them one time when I was ordering stuff from a Cherry on Top, like years ago. You'll see them. I think they show up in this video. They're just really weird kind of weather related rub-ons. I think those are definitely meant for like kids or school or something like that, but I just like the images in them. So I'm just playing, and this is kind of my process in this journal. So, I don't necessarily finish a page, but this is the one I will be focusing on. And this cute layout, I really like it because, it's kind of rainbow style. And this is what I did when I got my new, what are they called? Scribble sticks from DINA WAKLEY. So the second set. I wasn't sure I was going to get it, and then I decided to get it. And I'm so glad that I did. I'm really enjoying them. And basically, I mostly use them. I dip them in water, and then I use them on my layout, and that has worked really well for me. What you see now on the screen is one of my printables. This is one of the March printables, and I was just trying to salvage this rub-on and only partially succeeding. So these are old, really old Amy Tan rub-ons, and what I'm going to do with them, they don't work anymore as they should. So I'm taking this sticker paper. This is like super cheap sticker paper that I got from Amazon. You can print on it. I use it a lot also for my printables because it's really, nice to use with the fact that it's like a sticker. And basically I just stuck down the whole sheet of rub-ons. I didn't try to actually rub them on. I just stuck it down, and basically I'm going to fussy cut it and use it like that. So it doesn't look the same. I think it works okay because it's still on the protective surface. Basically, the rub-on is now kind of stuck between this sheet that it comes on and the sticker paper. So it's not going anywhere, but I can still use the image even if not as a rub-on. But of course, the downside or the upside, depending how you look at it, is that this kind of protective sheet that they come with, or the sheet that they come on, you know, it's almost like an acetate, or it is an acetate. So you can't really add, you know, things like watercolor on top of it. It just resists it. You can probably add paint, but I doubt it will actually stay on there once it's dry, because it's kind of like plastic on plastic. So I'm not sure. I didn't need to add anything on top of it for my design. I'm basically adding just bits and pieces of it, almost like embellishments, and I'm just doing a tone-on-tone look here. So really, I just really wanted to use these pieces and these rub-ons in whatever way that I could before I tossed them. And this was an easy way, because I have here all the colors and I could easily match them. So yeah, I was saying the scribble stick. So this is the first thing I made with the new package of the new set of DINA WAKLEY scribble sticks. I just wanted to see how the colors look, and as you can see, the colors are all gorgeous. They are really, really gorgeous. I don't have the paints or most of the paints that actually coordinate with the colors of the scribble sticks, but yeah, you don't need to have everything. Well, I try to tell that to myself. I don't always listen to myself. But anyway, I think this gives you a good idea of the colors if you're curious. They're just beautiful. You know, some of them are not colors that I would gravitate towards, or just not colors I would think of using. But yeah, once I started using them, I really, really loved them, and pretty much all the shades are really good. It's just, she's very good with her color choices, and yeah, I'm really happy with this set. It's lovely, as you can see. So I was just like sketching and swatching, and those circles are, I think I was just rubbing those wet scribble sticks on some, I think it was some bubble wrap, like a very small bubble wrap. I think that's how I got that pattern. You can probably get something similar with just a stamp, or yeah, just use your imagination, but they work really well also for like this messy type of stamping. And I'm just adding those bits and pieces from the rub-on sheets. One, as I said, is Amy Tan, and then the other one is an older Dear Lizzie rub-on, I think from her Daydreamer collection, which came out years ago, but I still had those in my stash. And I'm just, you know, color matching, which is a really easy way of using stuff. So it doesn't have to make sense, for me at least. I use things for their colors and their patterns, and I don't really care if it makes sense. So this is also a good way of covering up little areas that you don't like. For me here, for example, I'm going to cover a little bit of that ugly stain that I have there. But yeah, it's a fun, I think these are like fun elements to add. And of course, if you don't have anything similar, you can add stickers, you can draw something similar. I mean, nothing here is too complicated. Those are like, you know, chevron pieces and a few words. You could definitely just paint it yourself. But yeah, I really like how this turned out. So I'm doing that, and those little pieces are going to give me kind of places where I can go back and add some more color. And it's one of the, I feel like I've been like recording a few videos about art journaling, so I feel I'm being a bit repetitive. But I think when you work in layers, you really have to make the layers seem like they are part of whatever you stuck them on. So I never just glue things and be done with it. I always add something to them or something around them. Now in this case, it is hard to add something on them, because as I said, they are on this like acetate sheet, and it kind of resists most of the stuff that you can add on it, especially the water soluble stuff. So what I'm doing here is I'm just going to add a bit of shadows around these, like underneath them, and it really helps to make them appear like they're more intentional, like they're more a part of this whole piece. And yeah, so I'm starting with the gray. I think the color is called Elephant, and it's a beautiful gray, not too dark, which I like because I don't like dark colors. And then I'm going in with some of the original colors that I used here, and just deepening the color, adding some layers, and also adding, you know, that blue, for example. So I have the blue girl, and then I just added a few bits of blue here and there, again, to make everything look cohesive. It's just, you know, your eye kind of recognizes those other spots of color, and what it does is, for me at least, when I look at this, kind of my eye pops from the girl to the other blue spots in the layout or art journal spread. So going into the purple now, and again deepening the color around the die cut, and if I also added a little bit more dimension to the girl itself, like what I usually did is I went over the hair again and then a little bit around the body, just to add a little bit more contrast and definition. And I also found that you can get really nice splatters if you just dip your scribble stick in water and then shake it. And yeah, it's fun, it's fast, so that works for me. And again, after emphasizing some things in the orange girl, I added a few spots of orange on the opposite page, just here and there. I am creating trying to get kind of a visual triangle with these colors. If you notice, look at the orange. You have the orange girl on the left side, and then you have on the right corner another orange spot, and then at the bottom, kind of middle of the right page, another orange spot. So if you connect all three, you get a triangle. So that's kind of one of my guiding principles. You know, all rules are meant to be broken, but I just find these rules, they make my process easier because I don't have to figure out everything all the time. You know, if I already have that orange girl on there, so I can just add a couple more orange spots in the visual, according to the visual triangle principle, and not think too much about it, where to put it, because I know that works. So adding a frame with a black pen, just again to give it a little bit more, I think it helps make this look more finished when you have a frame. I don't always frame my art journal spreads, but many times I do. I just find it looks better with the frame. And we are into the finishing touches now. So of course I need some phrase stickers from Tim Holtz. Those little spiral notebooks with all those stickers are a must in my process these days. And you can find most of the stuff that I use here. There's a link in the description box to my Amazon picks, and I update that page regularly, so you can just go there and find most of the stuff that I use, including, you know, which black pen I use, which journal I use, and those things. It's all there. I just find it a lot easier and less time consuming than linking to every single item that I use in each video, because there are a lot of them and then they vary from video to video, although some are kind of in every art journal spread, like those Tim Holtz stickers. They're fantastic. So adding also some of these hearts and stars and I don't know, shapes, those are from the Dilutions sticker book also, which is a little bit pricey, but you get a ton of stickers there. So again, going back to whatever I add to my layout, I don't leave it as is. I always add something to it or around it to make it look more intentional, more an integral part of my design. And with the phrase stickers, I always outline them with either white if they are black, or black if the stickers are white. So in this case, white. And now I'm just adding some white splatters with the Dylusions white linen spray, which is fantastic. It's one of the best white sprays. I use it all the time. And oh, I see now that I forgot to outline the phrase sticker at the top of my screen. I wonder if I'll remember that again. And I'm adding the date. I try to remember to do that, to add the dates. It's really nice to have the date on your art journal, at least in some pages, so you get an idea when you made this. And that's it. Here are some close-ups. Don't you just love this texture and color? This just makes me so happy, and I need to go back and outline that little word sticker at the top. So thank you so much for watching. Leave me a comment if you have any questions. I hope you feel inspired. I wish you a wonderful day. Bye.